Welcome to Oxygen, to our O2 groups.
Tonight we have small groups, and we're going to have a short song from our worship team, and then we're going to discuss the concept of peace in the second week of our series called Arrival, which is looking forward to the arrival of Jesus.
I don't wanna be afraid every time I face the waves. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna fear the storm just because I hear it roar. I don't wanna fear the storm. I don't wanna fear the storm. Peace, be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace, be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice that speaks. I'm not gonna be afraid, 'cause these waves are only waves. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna fear the storm. You are greater than its roar. I'm not gonna fear the storm. I'm not gonna fear it all. Peace, be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace, be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice that speaks. Peace, peace over me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Peace, be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace, be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice that speaks. Peace, peace over me. Peace, peace over me.
Thank you, worship team. All right, tonight we have the one and only Eric Betts. Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you, Tim?
Doing well. Having a good week. Looking forward to Christmas. How about you?
Oh yeah, me too. I'm excited to get done with homework and whatnot. And,
Yeah.
just enjoy
Christmas
time.
vacation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
How you doing on Christmas shopping?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I still have to get stuff from my, I guess, from my brothers and my parents. I usually just get some small. I mean, but
You get
know,
stuff for your brothers?
I do actually. I've done that for like a while, and they still have yet to do that for me. So.
Hint, hint. So that's good. That's it. Just family gifts.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No like white elephant gift parties or anything like that.
I think
Friends.
my friends were maybe planning to do that from school, but I guess we haven't really officially planned it yet. So just kind of going with it, just going
Cool.
with the flow. Yeah.
Cool. Any favorite Christmas memories that you like to share?
Oh, I really liked last year, actually. It was a really fun time, I think. We went to the New Year's thing that they had up during service on New Year's Eve. And afterwards, we went to Red Robin. We had dinner together. And then we went home. We watched some Christmas movies. And then we went to bed. So
Oh, fun.
it's a pretty nice night with family.
Yeah, we've been watching Christmas movies already. All the classics.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I really like it.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're a senior.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you think
Crazy.
about it every day, I'm sure. How many more days, months, weeks left?
I have no idea. I think it's like, I think we finish like at the end of May. I think we get like just right at the very end of May we get off. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
So
So that's like
5 months or
five, yeah.
something. Yeah, something like that.
Man. Then what?
Oh man, and then well, I got the rest of the summer off. I might work and whatnot, but I am actually enlisted in the Marines. So
Ooh.
yeah, my time for shipping out to boot camp, they have it projected as October 4th. But they said there's a possibility I could go in September, so I'm going to try to do that if I can.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Wow. Where will you ship out to?
San Diego, California.
Is that Thousand Oaks? Is that something? Thousand Oaks,
It's
California? I think
Yeah,
there's a
it's like-
military Marine base there.
yeah, it's like I don't know, it's just somewhere southwest of
Yeah.
California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's
That's
awesome.
really exciting.
Yeah.
So, when did you decide that?
Well, just a couple weeks ago, I officially decided that that was what I wanted to do. It was probably towards somewhere in October. I decided that, and I went down to Milwaukee to MEPS, and then that's where I swore in, and
Yeah, I saw
filled up-
pictures. That looked pretty official.
Yeah, I was really happy about it. It was like just getting there, be able to in that room to just like put your right hand up and then swear in or whatever. It was just like I'm finally done.
Yeah.
So much work went into that, all that paperwork,
Yeah,
and all
but,
the
I mean-
testing. Oh my goodness.
When you're swearing in, that's official.
It
So
is.
can you turn back at this point?
There is a program where you can,
Okay.
yeah,
But
but most of the time, if you're this far in, you're pretty much you're in all the way.
yeah, that's
So,
like, you kind of hit that point of no return.
right.
And, short of getting on that jet and flying to San Diego.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty official. How did you
sure.
feel as you were, it's always hard trying to figure out what you want to do. I mean, that was probably a long process for you.
Oh, it was. Yeah. I've been talking to my recruiter since March. And
Wow.
Yeah. I guess I just had kind of a small interest in it. Military. I was kind of interested in maybe law enforcement or something. I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. Is right before COVID hit, junior year for me. So I was walking out of school, and I saw this table that the Marines had set up at my school, and it was just I said hi, and then sooner or later we just started talking, and then for months we've been talking.
Yeah.
It's it was a long process and very stressful. I think. Because also I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do after high school. My parents were try and push me. They're like, hey, you got to try to figure out what you want to do. There's colleges you got to sign up for, and whether or not you're actually going to take this Marines thing for real or if you're just wasting your time, it's like, what are you going to do? It was very stressful, I think. But then, as time went on and I signed up for a few colleges and whatnot, but in the end, I decided in October with my parents when I was at the recruiter's office that, hey, I'm going to do this. This is it. And then it was like right as I decided to do that, we like walked out of there and we were done signing papers and stuff, just like this huge weight of like stress or whatever just like came off me. And I felt so relieved. Like
I bet.
It was so nice to like finally know what I wanted to do and then to like actually feel good about it and like this is what I want to do. So
Yeah. So who laid the pressure on you the most?
recruiters are not easy people to deal with. My recruiter's a great guy. He did a good job, but in the end, that is their job. That is what they do. And I mean, as far as the stress with the Marines, like that was more of my recruiter. And then I guess trying to figure out what I wanted to do after high school. I think I stressed myself out a little bit, maybe too. I feel like
Yeah.
my parents were, they just wanted to make sure I was doing something and I wasn't just doing anything. But I think I stressed myself out more than I needed to. And, there was many nights where I'd pray to God about what do you want me to do? What is it that I'm supposed to do like after high school? Because like, I don't want to just do anything. I want to do what you want me to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here you are. You've got the stress of parents
Mhm.
putting a little bit of pressure on you, stress of yourself, stress of recruiter.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of stress there.
For sure.
And that's this week we're actually focusing on the topic of peace, and that's one kind of peace that we talk about tonight in the discussion questions. Is it's that inner conflict that we have,
Right.
and and sometimes it could be. If your parents are putting too much pressure on, or if the recruiter's getting a little too pushy, it could be an outer conflict too.
sure, for
But
sure.
it's like there's this conflict where you have the anxiety or the most uneasy feeling,
Yeah, that was
and yeah, and what a difference it makes when we finally are able to make a decision that we are at peace with.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that, like you said, it's that huge weight just lifted off of your shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, I've been in situations like that too. And it's like such a weight lifted off. And that piece is something you really fight for as you're trying to make that decision. It's really, you're just working towards that because you want it so bad. So, you're giving up a lot to do that. How many years are you going to be, minimum, are you going to be in the Marines?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, according to my contract that I signed, it's 8 years, but it's 4 of active and then 4 inactive.
Okay.
So what that means is for the 4 active, because I signed up for active duty, because then there's also the reserves, but
Right.
I'm doing active. So let's talk about that. So for the 4 active, you're out doing whatever they have you doing. And then during your 4 inactive, that's kind of like when you can go back to like regular life. But let's say if like country goes to war or something and they need troops,
Yep.
they will then call upon me to go back to doing whatever it is that I needed to do that they
Right, because they can't train people up fast enough. So
Right.
so there's a potential. I mean, if you look back, in the past 10, 20 years, that happened quite a bit. So
For sure.
you're giving up a lot.
Yep.
So what are you getting back in return?
Well, one huge reason why I joined the military was because of free college.
Okay.
Or at least like they help you pay for it. Because for me, I guess I just, I never really saved a lot of money up, and I knew in the end there was probably going to be I would probably have like student debt or something like that I had to end up paying back. And I know a lot of people hate doing that because it takes so long to pay that back.
It does.
So knowing that joining the military will kind of take that unnecessary stress away already. It's just it made that decision so much easier too, to choose that, because even with all the sacrifices, there's a lot of things I gained from it as well. And I find it also as a way of like investing in myself too, because it just makes me a better person, I think. You know, physically obviously, but like mentally as well. And then I think I'll grow spiritually as well too, because I'll find myself probably calling upon God a lot more. Like, hey, I need your help, because like right now what I'm going through is really hard. So
Yeah, you're going to be in some very challenging training.
for sure, boot camp is not easy at all. 13 weeks of it, and it's just those guys, they do not go easy on you. But
No,
it's good that they don't, because they got to prepare you for that. So
right. And at the other end of that, you're going to have more peace when you finally
yeah.
get to that point, when you make that accomplishment.
For sure.
That's a big deal. Yeah, that's I have to say that's very noble, and I'm proud that you're able to make that sacrifice and make that decision. And I know I'm not the only one. That's a lot of people are very proud of you that you were able to take that big step. That takes a lot of guts, a lot of guts, and conviction, and being sure of what you believe in. And I respect that so much.
thank you.
So when we talk about Jesus being born, he's going to be born into, you know, as we look forward to it, it's easy for us to think that it's kind of like, you know, common day here, where, you know, we have hospitals, we have freedom, and it wasn't like that back then. He was born into a very different situation. So have you ever come into contact with any armed soldiers?
I mean, other than talking to the guys that work at the recruiting station that I go to weekly to do workouts and whatnot in, no, not really. I
No?
mean,
Okay.
maybe some veterans I've talked to and whatnot, but other than, you know, those guys that are serving right now, and then some veterans, not really.
Yeah. It's kind of intimidating. You're going to experience this.
Probably.
You're going to end up going to a base.
Yep.
And when you're on base, there's armed soldiers,
Right.
and they're guarding. And if something happens, they're there to not just keep the peace, but
Right.
to protect people. And it's very intimidating. I remember a couple of instances. I've been to New York City, and there it wasn't soldiers, but it was fully armed SWAT team members
Sure.
right there in Times Square. And you're walking around, and you're looking at the sights, and there's guys with M16s,
Yep.
full body armor, helmet, everything, because they are prepared for anything that might happen.
Right.
And as we know, New York City's been a target of terrorist attacks. So that's intimidating when you walk by them. And then other times, I've gone through customs, going to Mexico or Europe, and you walk by soldiers,
Yeah.
and it's a serious thing, you know, especially in a foreign country, because you're a foreigner,
Right.
you're an outsider, and then you're walking by these soldiers that are fully armed, automatic weapons, and I can tell you, your heart rate goes up.
Yeah, for sure.
And now I think of that, and I think this is what it was like when Jesus was born, because the Romans, you've heard of the Romans in school, I'm sure.
Yep.
The Roman Empire, they just conquered everybody, and and then the Greeks came afterwards, and, you know, Alexander the Great, and
Right.
it was really, actually, maybe it was the other way around. I can't remember. Caleb would know. Too bad Caleb's not here. He's a history guy. So can you imagine walking to the market and passing by Roman soldiers with swords and spears and armor, and it's kind of the same equivalent of what I have experienced, you know, being in a foreign country and walking by fully armed soldiers. You know, that's every day that they got up and went somewhere, they were reminded that they were not free.
Right. It was always, they were under someone's control.
And there were battles taking place all the time. The time before Jesus, there were huge rebellions, and that's when the Romans came in and they just dropped the hammer on the
Right.
Jewish people. And
Anything rised up, they would shut it
yeah,
down.
it was a big deal. And so they were, every day they were reminded that there was not peace there, or that the only reason that there was peace was if they allowed the Romans to be there and occupy Israel.
Right.
And then, of course, that meant that if they didn't pay their taxes to Caesar, they had to deal with these
Right.
soldiers. So it's serious stuff, and it's just a constant reminder that they did not have political peace back then.
Right.
And so that's, as we break up into small groups tonight, I just wanted to kind of throw some ideas out there, that, there's so many different kinds of peace. And as you hear and as you read about the peace that we're talking about, just try to think about which one that is and how you can relate to that, because we've all experienced, I think, times of conflict and times of peace. And it's really good to think about why Jesus came. Why was he born? What did he bring? What is the peace that he brings? Because that peace is a life changer.
It is. Yep. For sure.
Cool. Well, everyone, have a great night tonight, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.